complimentary breakfast. Jacaranda FM.
I'm Danella Elisov. I'm a psychiatrist in private practice in Parktown, and I'm going to just give you some tips on how to tell if your boss is crazy. So the first thing that I would probably look for is if your boss is talking to his stationery or his pot plants, you should probably be worried. Talking to cats, dogs, birds, insects even, that's quite fine. I mean, that's actually considered quite a healthy thing to talk to one's animals. But talking to stationery and pot plants is generally the first sign that maybe your boss is not okay at the moment. The other thing is, a lot of people listen to music in their office, and that's okay and it's good, and some people work quite well with a bit of background noise. But if you start noticing that your boss is listening to Justin Bieber fairly frequently, and maybe playing his songs over and over, it can happen that a song comes on the radio and no one knows to turn it off. But if it comes on and and the boss is listening to it over and over, that's another sign to maybe gently suggest to your boss that they go and seek some help. So those are just two things, the first warning signs that I would say one should probably look for. The other thing you could also look for is our choice of footwear at work. I mean, some of us wear high heels, some of us wear flat shoes, kind of open to interpretation. It's good to express your sense of fashion at work. But I think if you start noticing that your boss wears Crocs to work, and it happens sort of frequently, maybe it happens once, maybe there's a reason for it, maybe, you guys started early in the morning, he couldn't see in his cupboard and he just put them on. But if you notice that your boss is wearing Crocs kind of fairly frequently, in fact, the fact that he owns Crocs or she owns Crocs is already maybe a bit of a warning sign, but if they wear them persistently, then I would suggest you do contact your local emergency department. So those are just three sort of quite basic signs to see if you've got a boss who's probably a little bit disturbed and maybe needs some help. Often what would be best is to contact your local hospital to get in touch with a psychiatrist or to possibly take your boss aside and have a chat. So I'm not sure who of you can actually identify this as your boss, but good luck if you do.
Jacaranda FM.